What's up, everybody? I'm Joseph. I also go by J.E. the Rapper. So what's up to all the fans of J.E. the Rapper? Shout out to Milo Gang, Ill Squad. What's up? Um, I've really been contemplating this for the last couple months on whether I would do this. I've seen a lot of people do it. I see a lot of people give like their HIV story. Um, and some like people are living with it, and it's like, okay, cool, share your point of view. But when I hear like other people who not living with it talk about it, it makes me upset because they think like, oh, because they might be a medical person, or oh, they got a friend, or oh, they had a scare, they can share their story. But like sometimes it sounds uneducated and uh, unsensitive to people who are actually out here living with HIV and AIDS. And it upsets me. It makes me feel some type of way. So, um, basically, I'm going to tell y'all my HIV story. I'm HIV positive. I became HIV positive. My diagnosis date is April 3rd, 2018. Um, I can honestly tell y'all, probably one of the worst days of my entire life. Other two worst days would be the day my brother died, which was April 4th, 2016, and when my grandma died, April 2nd, 2013. So as y'all can see, I don't like April. Um, so, but anyway, digression. Um, I took I was officially diagnosed April 2018. And you could go back maybe 6 to 8 months back to like September, August, September 2017, to where I probably actually contracted it. Was in a high risk situation with multiple people. That's where I think I contracted it at. For a long time, I thought another guy gave it to me. And I'll tell you about that story. But anyway, um, went through the high risk situation, was going on military orders, just looking for some fun out there by myself, and got into that situation. Came home, went back out on orders to go to my Navy training school. Was out there 3 months. That's when I started to get real sick. Had a seizure, went to the hospital a couple times, had a viral infection, was bedridden for a few days. That happened like twice while I was out there. And I really didn't think much of it. I'm like, oh, I was sick. It is what it is. Then, long story short, what had happened? Came home, graduated school in December. I left like October 1, graduated December, came home right before Christmas. After I came home, right before Christmas, oh, excuse me, um, I came home from that situation. And after I came home, I, sorry, lost my train of thought. After I came home, I, just really, I thought it was cool. Months went on, I started to get sick. I gained weight, probably like 20 pounds, got really swollen. Um, was told by my my adoptive father, my bishop, that I looked sick and I needed to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. I had just got tested by my Navy Reserve unit and was told to come to a doctor maybe like this was probably like 2 weeks after I got tested. really nervous person, so I couldn't wait that long. So after that, what I ended up doing was I went that day. I remember going in, I'll never forget this. To the day I died, walked into a doctor. Doctor told me, he's like, I'm sorry to tell you, Mr. Easley, HIV positive. Just remember being in shock, like not even like being able to cry. And I just remember like calling one of my spiritual fathers and telling him, he like, where you at? Come to me, Uber to me. I Ubered to him. I called my brother, told him, and like, I really just couldn't deal with it. And for a long time, like, I just wanted to like die, and it's only been, let me see, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's been 9 months, and there's still days I want to die. There's still days I can't deal with it. There's still days I'm depressed. But the reason I tell my story is to motivate others. A lot of people I come across who tell their story have had it 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, a long time before they could even say anything about it, 20 years or more, and even though I ain't all the way through my process, even though I'm not like really dealing with it as well as I can, like I still try to do my best. But like basically, like within maybe like the first couple weeks, I got put on 2 medications called Genvoya and Persista. If you want to know like about the different HIV medications you could take, go to www.cdc.gov/HIV, and it'll give you all the information. Or you could just Google like HIV medications, and it'll give you the CDC website or reliable resources that you can find that. But basically, it's just like, it's been really difficult to deal with it. I go to a openly affirming church where, a good amount of members and leaders at my church are part of the LGBT community, and it helps. I honestly feel like living over 300 miles away from my friends and family, that the support here is greater than the support I have at home. Being because I'm trying to be like a spokesperson for HIV awareness, I came out on social media as the first like gay rapper with HIV. In December, I think it was, did a performance for a medical center known in Philadelphia at World AIDS Day on December 1st. It's very emotional for me. The only reason I'm probably not crying right now is because I was crying like a whole hour before I started filming this. But like, it's just really difficult, living with this, fighting to be accepted because of who you are. I've started a campaign. It's called Fuck the Stigma, #Fuck the Stigma, because no matter what I'm going through, I'm like determined to live a happy life and a good life. But like, it's hard. Like, it's very difficult. God's brought me a long way, but still some days, like, I don't want to be here. It's just really hard for me because I don't like to reach out. I don't tell none of my Navy people this. I don't tell, like, none of my church people this. And, like, even my closest friends and family, I shut up. I would say another thing that's difficult is, like, so my dad is accepting, my biological father. He's accepting, but he don't understand what I go through. So I don't talk to him. I don't really reach out to him, even though he begs me to. And then my mom, who I do talk to a lot, she hates my lifestyle. And sometimes she even calls my HIV AIDS. So talking to her is difficult. And, I hate to say this about my parents. I love my parents. But it's like, I've even tried to tell them, like, y'all need to watch what y'all say because y'all birthed me. And, like, the words y'all say are more important than anybody else's. Because what y'all say could really drive me to hurt myself. Don't call the police on me. I've thought about it, but I promise that I'm not going to kill myself or attempt to kill myself. But, I have them days. Any person living with HIV and is not thinking about suicide, you're a very strong person, and I applaud you because I think about it daily, even if I'm in a good mood. One thing that I struggle with personally is adherence, which means is taking my pills every day. That's very difficult for me. I hate the way my wife beater is. But yeah, like taking the pills every day is really hard for me. Like I struggle with that a whole lot. I ain't gonna lie. A friend is starting to become more than a friend. I don't think you're gonna watch it, so it's okay for me to say it. But like I'm falling in love with him. But like he keeps me on it. Like I probably could say dealing with him, I've been more adherent to my medication than my own dad telling me, or my brother telling me, or my best friend telling me to take my meds. I could really love him. But that's another story. But yeah, it's just like I'm really, I guess, doing this story to empower others and to push others to be able to live their best lives. But I mean, it's hard for me. It's really hard. I I think that having a support system to help you through what you're going through is important. But if they don't understand you, if they don't understand what you're going through, I would say minimize it. That's what I've done. People have to pull out how I'm feeling a lot more than they used to because I don't like feeling like I'm burdening anyone with my feelings and my emotions. But I don't know. Okay, like, I'm sorry, this is kind of rough. I never thought I'd actually do it. I've thought about doing it, but I never thought I'd really do it. But, like, sometimes it, like, makes me so insecure, like, oh, nobody never gonna love me because of my status. I'm never gonna have a family. I'm never gonna have a husband. I'm never gonna have kids. because like it's hard. And the craziest part is a lot of these dudes, I can't attest for anywhere else, but like in Philly, they lie so much. I've met dudes that sit there and pretend like they don't have it and come to find out they have it. Or they'd be like, oh, I respect you because you talked about your status, and go and have a whole it's cool. Have a whole encounter with them, and they'd be like, so I got it too. And I had it for 9 years. And it's like, what? So you wasn't even going to tell me. And it took my realness and my honesty to make you say so. Like, that's crazy. But I don't know. Sometimes living this life and living this lifestyle is hard. I even remember when like I first told my mom like the conversation we had. I remember like being sent home early from being on orders because of it, and like talking to the chaplain and trying to deal with these people, and literally like, you got AIDS now, and now you could get right with the Lord and find a wife. Like, that's what my mom told me when I told her that I was HIV positive. Oh, you know what you was getting into when you decided to go out here and be gay. And it's like, I love my mother, but it's hard sometimes to deal with people who are closed-minded and really like think stuff like, oh, I just woke up one morning and said I don't like girls no more. Which is a completely story different to it. But it's like, because that being gay and part of the LGBTQ community is very a part of living with HIV, is more prevalent in our community than other communities. That's the correct wording. So because HIV is more prevalent in the LGBTQ, or as they say now, LGBTQIA community, it makes it, difficult. Don't really have the support. I can honestly tell you I have like 12 biological cousins, 11 who are alive on my mother's side, who know, and literally 2, maybe 3 are the ones who only like check on me, like, are you good? Are you okay? Are you taking your meds? I really love my brother. He my cousin, but he my brother, Nigel. Like, I love him so much because he the only one to ask, like, how you doing mentally? Like, how your mind? Like, how's your mind? How your emotions? Like, he cared. Like, there be days that I've almost taken myself out of here for real. And, hearing from him stopped me. There's like at least 3 other people in this house right now. And I'm not going to say they don't love and care for me, because that would be a lie. But I would definitely say that taking myself out of here probably take a minute for them to figure it out. They know by morning, though. But it's been really hard. I ain't gonna lie, the biggest reason why I probably haven't killed myself is because I love God, and I don't want to let God down. I don't. But it's just like, my life has been really difficult. My life has been really hard. I've always had to overcome one obstacle after another. My mom dealing with drugs, going in and out of jail, not being able to take care of me and my brother, not having my father in my life until I became an adult for real. And even now, he's not in my life. You know, that's how I've always gained adopted and surrogate parents, because God has put parents to step in and be there to love me when my own parents wouldn't. And there's nothing against my own parents, but I thank God for those, especially my grandma. She was my mother and my father when I needed it most. The time where I was most susceptible to be dead or in jail, she was there. And after her children grown with their own children, she still raised me and my brother. And I know she got her wings for that. She got her heavenly crown for that. And I miss her so much. April will be 6 years since she passed away. And I'm surprised I've even lived this long, because I really been ready to take myself out of here. But more on I guess my journey with it instead of just my feelings. I was on these 2 medications. It made me feel crazy. Give me night sweats, crazy nightmares, things like that. I learned to take them in a day, but when I take them in a day, it give me stomach aches. Came off that. God bless me. I was undetectable 45 days into my diagnosis, which is unheard of. It generally takes people a year to become undetectable. I became undetectable, was put on one of their pills called Jaluca, a new one that came out. Really struggled with adherence on that, to the point that my doctor took me off of it altogether. They ran my labs. They messed up my labs 3 times. I'm still waiting on labs, and my first labs was done 4 months ago to switch to the new pill. That's how bad it is. But doing that, just dealing with that, dealing with the labs, being off of it for 3 weeks terrified me, but honestly was probably the best I felt in the whole year. Wasn't depressed. I was happy. I was in the gym every day. There was also this boy I was dealing with. Let's not talk about him. Erkin. Sorry, my mind went somewhere else. That's my thing. I'm a Scorpio, and it's difficult because, needs Scorpios have is to be financially sound and to be loved, or have the feeling of being loved. And it's difficult for me. I was with my ex almost 8 years. He's the love of my life. I ain't gonna lie, I ignore him sometimes because I still love him. Talking to him is difficult. FaceTiming him is difficult. When you really hurt somebody and you messed up and you can't fix it, and you've hurt them so bad that they don't even want you back. You know what I'm saying? But, I have hope when I think about new guys who are good guys. The boy here now, downstairs writing his stories. I don't even know why I'm telling y'all all this. Maybe I should do a vlog, weekly or something like that, to just talk about how my life is, so y'all can see the behind the scenes and what goes on. But it's just really hard for me. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very emotional being. I'm very spiritual. I'm deeply rooted in the Word of God. So it's hard. It's really hard for me to make it. It's really hard. But I guess I would say at this point, like, so after the 3 weeks, she put me back on the old meds. Which when they put me back on these old meds, I was acting crazy. Like, I'ma kill myself, telling people, trying. Like, the thing is people don't understand is like, yeah, these regulate your viral load and makes the virus inactive and makes you undetectable, which undetectable means untransmittable, which means you cannot transmit HIV to another sexual partner, which does not mean that you should have raw sex, because you can still get and contract other STDs. But a lot of people who have HIV, they're like, it's a pass. Like, oh, I got it. There ain't nothing worse. But you shouldn't do that. I've even made my mistakes. I'm a Scorpio, so you know what they say about my sign. But it's just like, you really have to do your best to try to succeed living with HIV. It's so quiet in this house. It's like, what's going on? What's going on in that room? What's going on downstairs? I know. I be feeling like I got ADD on the low because I divert. But that probably make my story interesting even more. But it just makes me really wonder if I can make it. Today been one of them hard days. Really hard days. I miss my family. I miss my god kids. I miss my bestie. Even though she's very understood, she doesn't understand me. I miss my mama. I haven't seen my mama in almost 3 years. I know that's bad. It's weird though. Like, I told my little brother Josh that I got HIV, and like, he acts so different. He acts a lot more caring, which I never expected that. Certain people act different. I got an uncle who found out, was like really like a dad to me. Was in the house with me more than probably his own sons when I was growing up. And like, he called me. It's like, I'm here for you, son. And it's like, thank you. Even though I don't bother him. I don't bother anybody, especially in my family in Ohio. I don't bother them. Kind of just is what it is. I don't know. But after being on meds, off meds, on meds, off meds, and struggling with adherence, thank the Lord, I've still maintained being undetectable. I'm on the Javoy and Persista still. I'm waiting for these labs that I took, I think, Monday to come back and see if they'll put me on something else. Recently lost my job, so, but I start a new one Monday, so gotta get on that again. Yeah, I just gotta try to keep my head up. But even if I don't keep my head up, I want you to keep your head up. You live with HIV, you got a family member that's living with HIV, your spouse, your loved one. Hold them up, because you don't know. The smallest thing can break the camel's back. It's hard out here. It's really hard out here. And, they think like, oh, we can let's put them on a pill and it'll be okay. You live and not die. And it's like, no. The emotional toll is really hard. It's really difficult. It's really difficult for me. I couldn't attest to nobody else. Well, I'm telling you, it's hard. And I get a heaviness when I like get my depression. I get a real big heaviness. You know, like if it's too bad, like it's too bad. Like it becomes hard. Like they don't understand. And they can say they understand, but they don't understand. Only somebody who living with it really can understand. But yeah. I guess that's all I got for now. But I've been pushing my music. I go by J.E. the Rapper. I am the sound on Instagram at IAMTHASOUND. I am J.E. Music on Snapchat, JEMUZIC. On Facebook, you could look me up, J.E. the Rapper, J.E. space THA space RAPPER. Inbox me, messaging me, reach out to me, DM me, hit me up on Snap. I'll talk to you. And I'll see how this video do. But I'm probably gonna really start like a vlog, like a weekly thing. Maybe I'll do it on Wednesdays and post up like, this is my life. Call it Jay the Rapper or the Fuck the Stigma podcast or video cast or whatever. But yeah. But I really want us to say like, fuck the stigma. If I don't live in my truth, I might as well pull the trigger. That's a song I'm working on. Might actually finish it this weekend. But yeah, that's the song I'm working on. It's called Fuck the Stigma. Life is hard. But you could do it. And if you can't do it, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Philippians 4:13. The word of God is really what keep me. I'm telling you. It wasn't for my belief and my faith in God that my grandma instilled in me. Probably would have died a long time ago. But anyway, grace and peace, peace and grace. Fuck the stigma and fuck the hate. I'll be posting this soon. I'll probably go ahead and post it today. If I don't post it today, I'll post it tomorrow. But that's it. That's my HIV story. It's a lot more to it. I've been in the doctor a lot. Probably in the last 2 months, I've been in a doctor's office 12 times. I've been to the hospital like 3. Most of my friends and family don't even know that this time last week I was hooked up to an IV because I'm so dehydrated. Yeah. But anyway, guess I'm just gonna say fuck it. But yeah, check me out. Check out my music. You search Jay the Rapper, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal. Got 2 singles out now. I got Hungry and I got Word to My Heart out there. And I'll be dropping Fuck the Stigma real soon. And I Am the Sound. That's the song I'm gonna drop in the beginning of March. So hit me up. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'm out.